Hello, everybody. Welcome to Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Here tonight, we have the Underdog Racing League here at the World Center Racing at Daytona International Speedway here as these guys set out to go and claim another checkered flag here in this long grueling season at the Underdog Racing League with their truck series. As last week, we seen Jason Bensler pull off the victory at the tough Darlington. Now we head to Daytona where it's anybody's race. Any person here on this grid could end up with a checker flag tonight, and that's going to make someone very special happy. So we'll have to see how it all shakes out as practice is coming to an end. These guys will head to a 10-minute qualifier here to see who's going to sit on that front row and lead us to the green flag here to start tonight's 100-lap event. And as always, I'm Zach Hall up in the booth calling the shots, and along with me calling the shots tonight and running the cameras in the background will be Robert Moyer Jr. himself. So, Robert, how you feeling tonight about some more Daytona? Because we've been Daytonaing it a lot.
I tell you what, Zach, we started out the week at Daytona, and man, oh man, did we ever see some racing, and I cannot wait to see what these guys are going to put on tonight here at Daytona International Speedway. Welcome, race fans, here to an exciting night here with the Underdog Racing League as they're going to get ready to take on Daytona, the World Center of Racing, Zach. And sit back, grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, or whatever you love to snack on or drink, and stick around to the end because it can turn into some wild racing as we've seen starting off Daytona, this week here, Zach.
Oh, we definitely seen some wild racing. I mean, not including that last week. Before that, we had clashes, duels all throughout that week. So we got to see Daytona really build up throughout the week. And we had two finishes last night. One finish of 6 one-thousandths of a second, and the next was 4 one-thousandths of a second. And I would not be surprised if we see something side by side and close in the thousandths of a second here tonight again at the World Center Racing. This place always puts on a show, especially under the lights, which we're going to get another experience of that as these guys take these truck series trucks around this track and try to fight their way through this field, because remember, this is restrictor plate racing. This is the type of racing where you're side by side, neck to neck with your competition all night long, and it's going to be tough to get away from each other and really be able to stretch your legs. But we also got to point out we have a stage caution at lap 30 of our 100-lap event here tonight. And remember, in the Underdog Racing League, they do award points for the stages. So from 1st to 10th, you get points. 10th, you get 10 points for winning the stage, and then 1 point down there all the way down to 10th. So it is going to be very important, and that's how you build up points throughout this season as some lap times are coming in now for qualifying, as these are the first laps. These won't be representative of what you're going to see, but it can definitely be the telltale sign of what is coming up on that second lap. As you see here, we have the 89 truck here of Matt Job doing his qualifying lap, his first attempt. And you'll see he runs the outside line around this first lap to try to get as much speed build up and use the longest way around this racetrack to let these restricted engines build up as much horsepower as possible. See, now he'll drop to the bottom, get to that yellow line, and try to shorten the distance around here for the second lap to put down his fast flag.
That is correct. The fastest way to get around here then on your second lap is to run that yellow line without putting too much wheel into it, Zach, because the more you scrub on the tires, the slower you will get with these trucks or any vehicle in general. Overall, you don't want to scrub anything. You just want to have a nice smooth wheel, keep it turned, and try to stick it to that yellow line.
That's definitely the key. Scrubbing speed. Anytime you put any wheel input to it, you're definitely taking some miles, and it's hard to build it back up with these restricted plated engines. So you got to be as smooth as possible here. As Matt Job's going to cross the line, see where he ends up in that 89. Looks like he'll jump to the 11th position on board right now with Mike Aiello Jr. right now. So far, your top qualifier. We also got Corey on the chat. He's saying, let's go Nick in that 24 car. So that is Nick Alves right now, who is sitting 4th on the board right now in that 24. So great lap time for Nick here to put himself in the top 5 so far, as we still have at least 6 trucks here still waiting to attempt a qualifying lap before we fully see how this field is going to line up and go to battle here tonight at the Daytona International Speedway.
That is correct. As we watch James Loveland out here in the 56. Nice looking truck he's got there. Chevy Silverado, as he's going his out lap right now. So we'll see what kind of lap times he can put down, Zach. But what do you think's gonna happen here tonight? What in these trucks of what we've seen all week? Do you sit back? Do you go after it? Do you sit back and wait for the stage? Do you try to fight for stage points? I mean, I feel like when you come to Daytona, man, it's like rolling dice. Like we go to Las Vegas, I mean, excuse my language, everybody, but damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, I mean that's the perfect way to say it. There's two different philosophies, like I've always said when we come to Daytona. The philosophy of I'm gonna go right in the back, stay safe, and when time comes for it, I'm gonna start to charge through the field. That can end up you getting in trouble also. But there's also a philosophy is to lead as many laps as possible here to keep yourself out front, because usually out front you can stay clear of all the mess. And some wrecks do start at the very front spot. It's definitely possible, but it's philosophy that you got to think about when you come here racing at Daytona. As you see, I believe James Loveland there jumped up to 4th on the board there in the 56. Wow. So last week's pole setter qualifying 4th here after his pole at Darlington. But back to what I was saying with the philosophies, it's interesting too, because last night we had a race at Daytona, and you see the philosophy of one driver who won the race ended up he rode in the back the whole race, just stayed clean, didn't get in any trouble, and pounced at the right moment and got the victory. Then the guy he beat by 4/1000ths of a second was up front the entire race, doing the exact opposite. So that shows you both ways can work and give you a chance at the very end. It's just going to come down to how you feel as a driver, what you want to do. And I don't know, it's going to be fun to watch as you see Kevin Orlando Jr. here putting a qualifying lap down. And you see he was doing something different. He let the truck wash up out of the tribal and out of turn 2 and a little bit out of 3 and 4 here. That's a different strategy to let the speed not scrub off as much. We'll see what kind of lap time he can put down right now as he goes to 4th on the board with a 52.24, pushing James Loveland back to 5th. So good lap time still, but a couple hundreds off Mike Aiello Jr. here, as I believe this is the last truck to qualify, and it is Ian Baker, who was our winner at Texas. So this 88, he's definitely a quick driver. Let's see what he can put down here in this qualifying attempt.
I'm pretty impressed with letting that thing drift up like he did there in that 27 of Kevin.
Yeah, that is.
I never thought of that.
That is the fastest way to do it, personally. You do want to let that car go out a little bit. It definitely, like, when you keep it down at that yellow line, yes, it's a shorter distance, but you are scrubbing more speed. The only thing I would have changed if I was him is coming out of 3 and 4. You don't want to do that because you want to make it as short as distance. You only have to go halfway down the straightaway. You won't get the time back that you lose back in time before you get to that start finish line. So most people will do that coming out of the tribal, will start their lap to wash up about halfway middle of the racetrack, turn down to 1, get to the bottom, come off of turn 2, wash up again about to where the dash lines are with your right side tires, just to give that truck. And you'll see Ian Baker here, he's doing a little bit less of it pushed out wide, but he is using more of the racetrack. Now, as he goes down to 3, he's going to start to point himself towards that yellow line. And you want to get to that yellow line as quick as possible to shorten that distance around this racetrack. But out of 4, we've seen Kevin Orlando Jr. still come up off the bottom. Out of 4, I would recommend staying as tight and close to that line out of 4, because you're not going to get back that time because you only have half the straightaway instead of a full straightaway. So you've seen him wash up a little bit right there, but that's going to put him actually 15th on the board. So
wow.
Baker, not the greatest time, but we see at Daytona, you can. It doesn't matter where you qualify.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shocking lap, though, a 52.45. I thought he would have been faster. He looked a lot smoother out there.
He did look very smooth, and I'll tell you, he most likely gave a good bit of time up going into 3. If you don't get that to that yellow line quick enough, by running that outer up a little bit off the yellow line down the straightaway, you got to kind of point yourself as you're going down the straightaway to be on that yellow line as the corner starts to turn, because you can lose hundredths of a second just from the turn in right there. This place, I mean, you're holding the gas wide open, turn the wheel left, and it's very easy to do, but to get the fastest time is always tricky. as I believe that's pretty much everybody put a lap time down here, Robert. All 22 trucks here putting lap times down and place themselves on the board. So great stuff there from Mike Aiello Jr. there to pull off the pulse tonight here at the Daytona International Speedway. As we got about 30 seconds left here in qualifying, everybody has put a time down, and we'll see once they go to battle. That's when it's going to get really interesting. This place with these trucks, the trucks, you can get such big runs. It just humongous runs and humongous pushes that we're going to see, and I think tonight it's going to be pretty wild with the racing we see out here on the racetrack, especially if one faster pair in the guy's back pocket.
We got Lee Tidwell joining us out there on Facebook. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us, one of our commentators on Sunday afternoon and any other nights that he's got available. Thank you for joining, man. Hopefully you stick around and enjoy the show here. As that's right, man, we're going to get ready 100 laps here tonight here with Underdog Racing League, and we're going to bring up our qualifying results here tonight for these gentlemen, and we'll see where everybody starts and where your favorite driver is. And if you don't mind, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button over there on YouTube. And if you're on the Facebook side, we do much appreciate to do the same thing over there. Help support your league, your drivers, your fans, family, and us. If you don't mind, we do much appreciate that. But all right, Zach, well, let's bring up the qualifying results here for tonight's event.
Yes, here they are. Your starting grid here for the Underdog Racing League. Mike Aiello Jr. going to bring home that pole in the first position. Second is going to be the 29 of Jake Williams. Third on that second row inside lane will be the 94 Sean Huffstutler. Fourth is going to go to Kevin Orlando Jr. in the 27 truck. Fifth is going to be James Loveland. Sixth, there is Nick Alves in the 24 machine. Seventh is going to go to last week's winner, Jason Finsler, in the 5. Eighth is going to go to the 7 of Brett Somers. Ninth, Dennis Steele in the 1 truck. 10th there, rounding out our top 10 will be John Magner in the 15. 11th is going to go to Lance Durham. 12th there is Parker Johnston in the 48. 13th is going to go to Christopher Heights in the 21 truck. The 25 truck of Trevor Earhart is going to start in the 14th position. 15th is going to be Ian Baker in the 88 Texas winner. 16th is going to be Dylan Walterman in the 46 machine. 17th is going to go to the 89 of Matt Joe. 18th there is Carl Kooks in the 20 truck. 19th is going to go to Tony Bard. 20th is going to go to Nate Morris in the 22 machine. 21st is going to be Scott Kerberg, and the 33 of Justin Stunard will start at the tail end of this field in the 22nd position. And that is your starting grid here tonight for the Underdog Racing League as they take on the World Center Racing Daytona International Speedway under the lights with some beautiful trucks out there, I must say.
That's right. Well, you know what? We've seen the ARCA cars here at Freaky Fast starting the 2021 season. We've seen the Cup cars. Now we're going to see some trucks. So we got them all set for the nationwide. Yeah, well, Xfinity. Let me rephrase that. Man, did I have a flashback?
Yeah, that's taking it back. I like to say Bush Series sometimes too, so that's taking it way back.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I apologize. Anybody got offensive to that? I didn't mean anything by that. But I meant to say Xfinity cars. We haven't seen the Xfinity cars yet out there, so maybe hopefully eventually in the future we'll see some Xfinity cars at Daytona. But all right, well, get ready to go green as green flag is out, and here we go, Zach.
Yes, they're off and away here. First green flag of this evening here at the Daytona International Speedway as they head down to turn 1. Mike Aiello Jr. with the help of Sean Huffstutler. They're getting a nice push heading down towards turn 1. Great racing so far, side by side all the way through this field. These guys are going to be like this all 100 laps here tonight, going to battle through this wonderful racetrack we have.
Yeah, and it's also in the late evening, so temperature change, that's something we don't talk about much. I think we should start considering it, you know, with this last update that we got from iRacing. You know, Zach, you got the weather, you got the aerodynamics, you got the track's going to either cool, get hot, it's going to do something. Even though this is a fixed setup, it does play a factor in some stuff.
Oh, it definitely does. The temperatures play huge factors on these trucks. especially the speed. The lower that temp drops, the more horsepower you're first of all going to be creating with these engines, and also just the more grip these tracks are going to get with that lower ambient and track temperature. So you'll see that definitely be a factor. Not as much here at Daytona, but the speeds will go up at Daytona for sure. And you will gain grip, but most of the time here at Daytona, we're not really on the edge of the grip level with these trucks, especially in a fixed setup. So it's great race so far. I mean, you can see, look at these two lanes are already dead even side by side. You got Jake Williams up top with the help of Kevin Orlando Jr. And the outside and the bottom right now are just mirroring each other. And this is something that I really got to give credit to iRacing for, is because we had a huge issue a couple years ago with the plate racing. It wasn't like this. We did not have the parity between the lines. And that's something you need for good plate racing, is the outside line needs to be able to challenge that bottom lane. And we've seen it through all the races we've done here on Freaking Fast Broadcast at the Daytona International Speedway in the past week. The outside line and the bottom lane are very, very similar. It just comes down to who's helping the most when it comes to which line goes forward.
Yeah, that's correct. And, they're working on the track dynamics and the rubber. And, the sun comes out on one side of the track, it gets tight or loose and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, and in general, just in any track that we go to, Zach, oh no!
Wrecking in the back here. It's going to be a decent sized wreck for our first. Oh, no caution yet. How is that not a caution? I do not know what is going on there. There is no caution out on this racetrack. There is
there
the caution.
it is.
As I think the admin had to throw that one, because I do not know how that did not happen sooner there. So, man, what a wreck.
Barney the flagman was sleeping.
He definitely was. And I believe that started here. I'm going to try to get us a better understanding. 7 truck of Brett Somers.
Okay, I see if we can go back here on the replay. Oh, might have to go back a little bit more.
Look at the carnage there as these guys are trying to escape. And that's the thing at Daytona. Sometimes you see Trevor Earhart there, he's just slowing down, and that's sometimes the best thing to do. And some people will take the chance of going through the smoke, and you never know what ends up on the outside of that, the other side of that smoke sometimes, and it can be very dangerous.
Man, there's carnage all over the place.
Yeah, and it really started right there in the trial with the 7 of Brett Somers and the 91 of Lance Durham. Kind of a little bit of contact. Lance Durham going for the middle lane, as I think the 7 was coming down the racetrack a little bit, and that started a chain reaction. And really from there on back, the one of Dennis Steele, yeah, he went around too, as just heavy collision for a lot of these trucks early in this race.
Yeah, you can see the 94 slid up just to 91 actually slid up a little bit, clipped the rear end of that 7, and nothing no one can really do after that. It was just a chain reaction.
Yeah, you see the 15, the 46, the 20, the 89, the 88, multiple trucks involved in this early caution here at the Daytona International Speedway.
Yeah, and out of the whole thing, it looks like that 20 just got all bashed up. And oh, who was that just went through there? Oh, that was Justin. he went through and almost hit the cone.
Oh, there's the it disappeared. The cone disappeared. It said, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, he said, "I got hit 3 times. I'm not gonna get hit anymore. I'm done with that."
Well, what a replay there we got for you guys. That was, that's just, it's unfortunate, this early for that to happen. But the big thing is a lot of guys, they still have the fast repair, since that's our first wreck of the evening. Still got a fast repair. I'm sure some guys are going to still save it with a little bit of damage on their trucks. But anybody that got any engine damage can fix that truck up and get back out there for one final chance at hopefully nothing happening to him the rest of this race.
Right.
Remember, stage end at lap 30. So I think the big thing there is these guys are going to try to get the 30. And, you want to get points, but you also want to survive here at Daytona. And sometimes those stage ending laps can be pretty wild.
Yeah, and the guys that got a little bit of damage, like you said, Zach, save your fast repair, but you also then you got guys that, um, had to use their fast repair. It kind of put you, your hands tied now because you don't want to be up there battling. You don't want to be up there beating and banging and trying to get stage points. So you wind up, falling in the back and just riding. But you don't want to fall too far back because you got to have people to, ride with you that are willing to sit back there, a 4, 5, 6 car field. So I know when this used to happen to me, I always hated feeling hopeless. After I used my fast repair, if I had to, I felt hopeless until the end of the race. Because who wants to be knocked out within 7 laps?
Yeah.
That's no fun. So, your hands are tied. I mean, I don't know how else to say it except you just ride and try to stay out and hope nothing else happens out there.
It's such a tough place to stay out of trouble.
Yeah,
It's one of those places that it just trouble is lurking around every single corner,
I think
every
trouble
single
finds you.
straightaway. Yeah, it's I mean, even if you try to hide from it, it's got a pretty good job at finding the people who want to stay away from it. So, it's just that's just the type of racing that it generates here at Talladega and Daytona. I mean, it's anybody's race, but at the same time, it's anybody's race for it to be completely over with in a blink of an eye. So it's a cruel place, but very very fun to race when you get a chance to go to battle here late in the stages of it. I tell you what, it's definitely starting to get darker and darker out there as these lights are starting to be really the only thing we can see with out here in the Daytona International Speedway as these guys are getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Remember, we have a stage at lap 30. So we do have a couple, a little more than 20 laps here to go before we hit that stage. So about 23 to go before the stage happens. And we'll see who can pull off that stage one victory here to pull off them 10 bonus points.
Sounds like you got the hiccups there.
Yeah, I started to get a hiccup. Never fun when you're talking, you get the hiccups.
Green, green, green.
Pace truck's going to pull in this time. There's Barney waving the green flag. I love that shot from the flag stand, I must say, as they go down towards turn one with Mike Aiello Jr. still leading this field, your pole setter.
Looked like Jason in the 5. Yeah, it was Jason in the 5. He was squirrely there going down into turn 1. Looks like he's got it all recovered again here as they head down to the backstretch. As we got one truck out here, looks like Tony. Yes, that would be in the 13 there. He's bailing out. He's heading to the back. And you'll see that a lot. A lot of the drivers just bailing out, getting to the back, try to maybe find a teammate or somebody you feel comfortable running with to, run it to the stage.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Robert. Definitely, some people are going to pull off on that back straightaway and they just want to bail out. It's kind of like I fold. I'll I'll be back later though. As you can see, great racing from that top line. 3 trucks only, but they're holding strong up there with the 29 Jake Williams, the 27 of Kevin Orlando Jr., and last week's winner of Jason Finsler.
Top line looks very, very strong. It has not rained down here at Daytona. We had the ARCA cars and the Cup cars out here, so they got some rubber already laid down onto the track as, Jason almost into the back of the 27 there.
Yeah, that was
Kevin.
very close.
I do apologize. I'm still learning names. I got to look at my screen, 2 screens here, ladies and gentlemen, so I do apologize.
Hey, that's it takes some time up here to learn, but we'll get there sooner or later. Look at your truck and tell exactly who you are. I mean, the outside line was going forward there, but like you said, you seen the big bump, and they kind of had to regroup there for a second. But the 29 and the 27 is starting to surge back forward. Looks like they got the 48 of Parker Johnston up there behind the 5 now to come help out also.
And you noted this, Zach. Look at the run that 5's getting. Like you said, these things get so much energy. like too much energy, actually, I do believe, to a point where it can catch a lot of drivers off guard.
Oh, the run you get in these trucks is tremendous. I'd say it's the closest thing you can see to a cup car. The cup cars get really big runs too now. So they're pretty similar in that aspect of, you know, in some of the instances you can jump up, say Michaelo Jr. here, he sees, the outside lane coming, you can jump up in front of that lane, but sometimes it gets such a big run. If you jump up in front of that lane, you're just going to get turned right because of how big of a run these guys have with the energy they generate up when these trucks on the high side.
Well, do you think two trucks could be faster than three trucks? I mean, not right now as we see here, but like that 29 and 27, if they would hook up and get a full of energy built up in that draft, do you think they can pull to the front?
I, you know, I, it's working right now, due to the fact that really the third struck in lane there, James Loveland, he's given a good bit of room, as you can see, about a quarter of a truck length there between him and the 94, which is smart to do as a third truck in the bottom lane. While the top two up there, the 27 and the 29, they're really stuck together, and they're also getting a little bit of draft off those front trucks from the bottom lane, almost a side draft. Because a lot of people talk about side drafting in iRacing, but we don't have necessarily side drafting like they use in the Cup Series. You get a draft off the cars, and it helps you. You go faster as that weight kicks out, and you're getting a little bit of that weight kicked off on the nose. But we can't really pull people back like they can in real life and stuff the air in the quarter panel yet, which I imagine one day we'll get that, and then you're going to see. I almost like the fact that we don't have that really happen, because then you're just asking for accidents to happen by getting too close to each other and trying to pull each other back and forward and do all that stuff. So
Yeah.
hopefully we don't get that, but it would be cool. I mean, it had the realistic aspect as like you would see really with the run the 29's getting right now, Jake Williams on that 74. As soon as you get off the exit of that corner, he jumped to the left rear quarter panel of that 74 and straight pull him back. And if this was, very realistic side drafting, but it's more of both lines are going forward because they're both generating just a huge, hole in the air right now. So
Right.
it's a side draft, but it's not a side draft that we see used like we do in the Cup Series nowadays.
Got some action going on in the back of the field. They're just hanging out back here, it looks like right now here with Johnson back here in the 48. He's back here running in 14th position. Come back here through. We got Dennis back here in the 1. He is running in 17th position right now. Down 8 positions. But right now the biggest mover is going to be that 33 of Justin. He's just getting ahead of steam right now, up 17 positions, 18 positions. Man, he's just climbing.
Yeah, and he just keeps going up on the outside lane there. He's up to 5th now. There you can see he's the second truck in the outside lane. Is the 29 Jake Williams just jumped down to the bottom. So yeah, you see that working out for him. And I got to point out Dennis Still, he was involved in that wreck, so that pushed him back a good bit in that one truck from that 9th position back to 17th. So, and also Brett Somers starting 8th back to 15th. So definitely a few guys, involved in that wreck getting pushed back, but a few guys coming forward also.
That is correct. Well, it looks like everybody, I thought we would see 2 packs of lines going on here, Zach. Have your 10 trucks up front and then another group back split apart. But these guys said, no, it's Daytona. I'm going for it. Because now look at that top line. Oh, my goodness. Hang on to it as the 91's going to go in the middle. Holy mackerel. Wow.
Yeah, the 91 taking it 3 wide to the middle of Lance Durham there. And you've seen the 74 also jump out to the outside lane, try to take the lead back in that Mike Ayala Jr. truck there as he does lead this lap. But now his guy who's been working on the whole race, Sean Huffsteller, he jumped back to the bottom in the 94 in front of Jake Williams to see if he can try to take this lead. I think the 74 is going to jump back down now as the help from Kevin Orlando Jr. there helps him get clear of that bottom lane. A little bit of damage there on the 33's nose too. See from that 91's rear camber there. A little bit of damage on the splitter of that 33. They're doing a good job to keep moving up for Justin Stone. You He's got Corey out there moving to 24, Nick Alvarez on, as Nick is up to the 8th position. As we've completed lap number 17 here at the Daytona International Speedway. Look at this great view here from the time he won a Lance Durham. Man, that is a great shot to the back of the field. You can see just the movement going on. You know, it looks pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of movement going on and a lot of turbulent air being generated by these trucks that kicks them all around, and it's hard to hold these things straight in a straight line. Great racing here we're seeing in stage number 1. Remember, lap 30 is the end of stage number 1 for these gentlemen out here on the racetrack. They're going to try to do their best here to position themselves for a great top 10 finish here to get some points. As looks like Kevin Orlando Jr. now going to jump to the bottom in that 27 truck, as he's been out there on the high side really since the start of this race, and he's decided to get back down there to the bottom now and put himself in a decent position here, setting him up for maybe a stage finish here at the end.
Now, offhand, do we know what they're getting in fuel mileage? What are we looking at? Do they run 100%?
I believe they do run 100%. We used to be able to see that here on the iRacing info, but we can't see that at the moment for iRacing's info. So I believe it's 100%. And if they're doing 30 lap stage, you know, these guys would have probably already pitted if they can't make it. But they'll definitely be able to make 30 laps here on a full tank of fuel. Now, when we get to that lap 70 to go in this race, they're probably going to make one stop, I imagine, splitting it into 35 lap runs, or really less because there's going to be a couple caution laps in there in between. So really 34, 33 lap runs we're going to see for the next, the final stage of this race. So, yeah, I don't think we'll see other than one green flag stop all night if it stays green during that long run. A lot of movement being generated right now around that. I believe that's around the 7th, 8th positions there. You see Nick Alves in the 24 there. He's directly on that bottom lane behind the 56 of James Loveland. And there's Justin Stunner on his outside. You got Jason Finsler. And these guys are trying to start clawing back their way up with that outside lane, as they're definitely building some trucks out there, as that front 4 trucks on the bottom have kind of separated themselves from the 2 wide race, and now they're getting a big run down the back straightaway. Here goes the 27 of Kevin Orlando Jr. to jump out to the outside and pull that lane along. So we're seeing definitely some movement here. It calmed down for a second there, and now we're getting ready to get 2x2 again all the way throughout this field.
Oh, we got 10 laps until the stage 2, so each lap we're going to start seeing action pick up, I do believe, as we do got one truck there in the middle there. The 21 is 1 lap down. I think that is the 21.
I believe so. Christopher Heights, yes, in the 21 truck.
Yes, there he is. Yeah, he's 1 lap down, so he's in the lucky dog position right now, and that's where I would ride. I wouldn't do nothing more.
Well, we've seen the 27 and the 5 push to the front of this field. Now the 33 getting a good shove there himself from the 46 of Dylan Walterman. Can't clear the bottom lane yet. Here's the 27 and the 5 fighting back on the bottom lane. They're going to see if they can build a run here off of 4. I don't know. That might have been their shot to get down. But, man, Kevin Orlando Jr. thinking about maybe jumping up to the top, but decides better of it.
Side by side on lap 22 of 100. Racing to lap 30 as of right now. As you can see on the track map down on the left-hand side there, you can see they're going through turn 1 and 2 exiting, and you can see the 21st and 22nd position trucks are just now entering turn 3 and 4, Zach. So this field should catch these guys, and look at the run that top line is getting going into 3. Man, the energy with these things is just nuts.
Oh, it's crazy the amount of speed you can generate there on that outside lane. I mean, That's the best thing about it is you can see passing. I mean, we get to see just good old passing build up from the outside to the bottom lane. It's really cool to see how it all works out here at Daytona.
Oh,
Man, they're getting real
oh,
close there, 6 and the 5, very, very close. So very hard racing going on right now up front as they're nearing the stage end. They'll be coming to 7 to go next time by.
I wonder if they're on their team channels or Discord saying, I want to lead. No, I want to lead. No, I want to lead. No, I want to lead. But yeah, man, I haven't seen these trucks at Daytona since last year. So
Yep.
here at Freaky Fast. So, and huge difference from what I remember to what I'm seeing now. I mean, this is fun. There's a lot of action going on though. I'm trying to keep up with it all.
Yeah, I mean, we got to commend iRacing for continuously working on their draft package. I personally think here in 2020 and 2021, we've seen the best. The package has been probably in the draft for all of iRacing. So it's really cool to see. I mean, I know that there was times when I dreaded going to plate races, just because you couldn't pass. It used to be more of a single line affair, especially in the Cup car. But they really got everything tuned up, and you can really go to race here on iRacing now at these plate tracks. And looking back here in the field, you got Parker Johnston there in the 50 position. You got Ian Baker in the 88 back there. You got Scott Kerberg in the 14 back there in the 17th position. You got Dennis Steele in the one who was involved in that wreck earlier. It's a lot of contenders back here, just riding along here till possibly the end of the stage. Maybe they'll try to push up into that top 10 and get them some points because they're only, 3-4 positions out of the points right now. Ooh, it looks like the top lane's going to start moving here as the bottom lane kind of got left out to dry with Justin Stonard and Kevin Orlando Jr. Here goes the 5, Jason Finsler, last week's winner at Darlington, jumping to the bottom lane to take the lead with the help of Mike Aiello Jr. there from the push. And great move from him to get to the lead here. But here comes the 74 now with a great head of steam, getting a great push from the 94, Sean Huffstutler.
And they're starting to come up on that lap traffic that I said, 22nd and 21st position trucks is just right in front of them. So them guys need to hook up there back here. Who would that even be? That would be Carl and Matt. Trying to stay.
Carl.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, you got Carl Kugas and Matt Job there, and like you said, they're trying to stay ahead here before the stage end. They really need to get hooked up. I don't think they're going to be able to stay ahead. As you can see, that pack closing in pretty quickly, and then it's going to be, the thing there is they're going to be going 2 laps down since they're already 1 lap down. And Christopher Heights likes the look of that because he's in the 21 up in the pack, and he can get that lucky dog here as we come across this time with 4 to go, and they're definitely going to have to go up high now as this pack is just charging up forward. And that just shows you the strength of this pack. Ooh, is the 20's in the wall a little bit there, but he's able to get out of it there. So that could have been detrimental to the rest of this field.
And now we got a battle for the lucky dog position. If that 21 can get in front of that Oakland Athletics 89 there of Matt, which he did, he's going to be the lucky dog. So Matt needs to jump down, try to get the draft. He's still got a couple more laps yet left. Tongue twister left, to maybe get back up there and battle and try to be that lucky dog.
Yeah, the only issue there, Robert, is he's going to be 2 laps down now instead of 1. So he's 1 full lap behind the 21 of Christopher Heights there as they cross
so
our
he's
finish.
2 laps down now. I apologize. I thought they were on the lead lap yet. Okay, I see. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't know. That's why I run the cameras.
Hey, you do a great job of that. So 3 to go here in stage number 1. We got the 27 of Kevin Orlando Jr. getting a great push from the 46 of Dylan Walterman. They're wiggling a lot down the back straightaway. Does the 27 jump down? He is clear of the 94, but decides not to as they go down to 3 and 4. The 94 and the 74 going to fight back on the bottom lane here to come to 2 to go in stage number 1 here at the Underdog Racing League.
2 to go is correct here to get to the first stage, or the only stage of tonight's race here. So here we go. It's going to get heated up. Everybody's trying to run points. They want first place, gets that 10 points. From 10 on down to 10th place. 10th place will get 1 point. So every position matters until the end of the season. It can tally up and help you big time.
Ooh, wow. Big wiggle from the 27 and the 46 as the 46 was giving the 27 a shot. But you had to back out. You actually seen the fire coming out the tailpipe from the raw unburnt fuel being burnt there as he lifted out of the gas. And man, oh man, that pushed them way back. This outside line going way backwards now, all the way 5 trucks to the bottom lane ahead of that outside lane as the white flag for stage number 1 is in the air. Let's see who comes back around with Sean Hustutler right now, our leader, who decides to hop out to the outside line and try to make something happen. The 33 of Justin Stunard, first truck to do so. Does anybody else hop out there with him?
I know I would wait until I get to about the middle of the backstretch, Zach, and if I had room, I'd jump out, is what I would do. Now look at all the error. These trucks are wiggling. Oh, my goodness. Hang on to it, gentlemen. Yeehaw.
There you go. Jason Finsler, the first truck to elect to jump out to that outside lane down the back straightaway. Looks like it may be a good shot for him to pull it off as they're coming to the checker flag here for stage number 1. Can Sean Huffstutler keep the win? It is going to be very close, and I think Sean Huffstutler will be your stage 1 winner here tonight at the Underdog Racing League. Congrats to the 94 there for pulling that one off, and man, that was super close there, Robert. That was 1800ths of a second there. So very, very close finish for stage number 1. I think that sets us up for a great finish at the end of this race.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. If it was a battle like that for a stage win, can you imagine what it's going to be for a race win? And you get down to that last lap, Zach, you're not going to just have the top 2 battling it. You're going to have 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, all the way back through the field, trying to figure out how to get around that truck in front of you, where they might wind up pushing it coming out of 4, 3 wide.
Hey, 3 wide's one of my favorite things to see.
I was just ready to say it. I was like, I got to throw that 3 wide in there for you, Zach. We haven't heard it all week yet.
Yeah, the 3rd lane, that's one thing we haven't seen yet. It's the 3rd lane. And the 3rd lane works. If drivers out there listening, go to that 3rd lane. You can make it happen. You just got to have somebody, you got to have some good pushers up there and get a giant run off the top.
Now, are we saying this right? Did the 94 win? Because it's showing him in 2nd position.
Well, the caution came out with the 5 ahead when they threw the caution, but the 94 crossed the line as the leader. So the 94 should technically be the stage winner.
Okay. He should technically be the leader too.
Yeah, it's just where they threw the caution. The 5 had passed them as they threw the caution. So, that I'm pretty sure they go based off the start finish line, for the finish of that stage.
Correct.
But when they threw the caution about, I'd say 50 to 100 feet afterwards, and the 5 had already had a big enough run there to get ahead.
I'm sure Sean don't care, but if I was a driver, I'd be like, hey, the 5's taking my laps that I led away from me.
Yeah, it's definitely
really
something.
Big deal.
Yeah. They were so close that it's kind of hard to time it exactly right unless you get it right as they cross the start finish line. But yeah, it's a hard thing to time when it comes to that stuff.
Right. That's
It's
all
like
understandable.
It's definitely understandable. And all these guys hitting pit road now here to get their first service done of the race. I imagine they'll change 4 tires, get them some fuel in their race trucks, and get ready to go back to action as they got 70 laps of hardcore action about to go down here now. And I tell you what, that's going to be tough with the 5 winning the race off of Jason Finsler.
All right. Now we're looking around lap 35 when we'll go back green. He said about 30 to 35 laps. These guys are going to run this fuel tank out as long as we don't have no yellows. So we're looking, what, around lap 65. Like you said, they're going to split this in half. Or at least try to.
I would say you're probably going to see pits around laps 60, starting from 65,
Yeah.
really to the end of the race. Maybe even 70. They might try to stretch it to that point, so you got 30 laps to the end, and that'll give you at least some room for a green-white checkered.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I would try to stretch it as far as you can, just to have as much fuel as possible for the end of the race, just in case this thing keeps, goes into overtime. Which you can never be sure at Daytona.
I was gonna say that could be possible.
Yeah, it's definitely a super possible thing.
And I'd say super possible thing.
Super duper.
Super duper.
That's right. Yeah, we while we're under a caution here, we'll give a shout out to the sponsors here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting, as we have a wonderful sponsor in ButtKicker. Feel what you have been missing. Remember, every game deserves a truly immersive experience. The ButtKicker Gamer 2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air, the Gamer 2 provides instant, accurate, powerful base response. And it's all perfectly synced with every game with no additional software required. So you can go check out ButtKicker and their ButtKicker Gamer 2 at ButtKicker.com. And you can use Freaky Fast 20 there. Remember, Freaky Fast 20 with 2 E's in the Freaky, to get 20% off on any purchase there at ButtKicker.com. So you can go feel what you have been missing, as they're a great sponsor we have here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. And Robert, have you felt what you've been missing, Robert? Because I know you got one of them ButtKickers.
Oh, I feel it. I'm not missing, but the thing is that I'm not missing it no more.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, did you feel what you've been missing though?
Oh yeah, yes. The first time I hooked it up, yeah. Now I'm just used to it. It's just my brain came. It's the same as what these guys do in real life. You get in a rhythm, you get comfortable, you got your monitors and everything set up a certain way, so it just comes custom, and then when you move it, it feels odd. You know what I mean? As we're back green here, 35 laps in the books here with Underdog Racing League. If anybody's interested in running the truck series, make sure you check these guys out at iRacing.com under the league portal page. And just do a search there, Underdog Racing League, and submit your application. And one of the league admins here would be gladly to look you over and see if you can join this fun pack of action drivers. Is that Tony again falling out of the field, going to the back in that 13 there again, Zach? Yeah, he is.
Tony Bard, yeah. He's going to drop all the way back.
Does he know something we don't know? Tony.
Yeah, I think it's his decision just to stay out of trouble. As Christopher Heights now in the 21, also we got to point out, he got the lucky dog there last time, and he's back on the lead lap now, back there with Tony Bard. And I think that's just to stay out of trouble. His spidey sense is tingling, Robert. You got to believe it when he does that.
Yeah. Drivers know when something's coming up out there. When you do this long enough, you know something don't feel right or something don't look right, or you just, in a nice way, don't want to be around that certain driver at that point in time on the track. We all go through it. Nothing against you. After you're done racing, you talk as friends and you have a merry old time. But when you're out on the track, it's enemies sometimes, and it's even team. I've seen teams have enemies on the same team.
Yeah,
you know that.
You can, yeah. No, sometimes your teammates can be your best of friends and your worst of friends. Trust me, you battle your teammates just as hard as you battle anybody. So, and at Daytona especially, you want their help. But at the same time, when it comes down to the end of the race, you're usually going to have to beat the person you're working with. So you always got to remember that till the very end. Yeah, they may be helping you right now, but when it comes down to it, you're gonna have to do something to hold them off also.
Check out the weather here, Zach. These trucks are really finicky right now. I noticed. We got an 8 mile per hour winds. Track temperatures at 70 degrees, and we are under, what is that, partly cloudy at 69 degrees. So beautiful night of racing down here at Daytona International Speedway. But that wind's going from like 4, 5 to 8 to 10 miles per hour. I'm not sure if it's going southwest, east. I don't got that kind of data, unfortunately. But
Wind can be a big factor here at this place, not only in qualifying, but just how the trucks are handling throughout this throughout the run and stuff. It really can affect you pretty big.
wait, yeah, you can get that tailwind. You can get that, what do they call? What's the other word that I'm looking
Head,
for? Thank you. Headwind. So one end of the track, it could help you speed up, and then the other end of the track, it slows you down. Or if it's coming crosswind across the track going into, say, like here now, turn one, it could push that truck up just a little bit, and then you can see these drivers are holding the line, but it's also at the same time they're just it's shifting back and forth on them. And then you put the wind, in there, and you got the trucks all around you, and I mean, there's just a lot of factors that go into any kind of racing. It's just not sitting behind the wheel and holding the gas pedal and turning left at a super speedway. There's a lot more behind this.
oh, it looks simple, but
It's not.
you don't really get the idea of it. Like, I mean, even as a fan of NASCAR my whole life, I always saw point racing as something pretty simple. And then I went to my first Daytona 500 and just watched it up close and personal, with them running 3 wide, 10 rows deep, that close together. And I was just like, man, this is crazy. These guys are gladiators out here, and you don't really get enough respect. I feel like they do in what they show out here on the racetrack. Look at this shot here from the front bumper of the '94 Sean Huffstutler, just giving a good old shot to that 22 of Nate Morse. Or actually, this is Nate Morse. Never mind, my bad. I got him and 94 mixed up there. On my trading paints, they look like they have the same paints, but they don't. So the 22 of Nate Morse here, giving the good old shove to the 56 of James Loveland. Continue to let him lead out here out front, and I just showed you how good a bumps that was, and it was nice and smooth too. Wasn't a lot of moving around when he was on the bumper. That's what you got to do.
You see, Nate is holding a pretty good line there. Make sure you check out E-Man. Well, he was holding a pretty good line, but I like that E-Man graphics and sign inks. Sure,
Yeah,
that's Facebook.
Yeah, that's pretty cool looking there. And James Loveland going to jump to the bottom there in the 56 as he cleared the bottom lane of the 74 with Mike Ayala Jr. And now, that's going to be something you see pretty commonly. Just really jump down to that bottom lane, take that lead. So, yeah, and we're riding on board here now with Sean Huffstell. And look, this is what you can see as the driver, the third car in line. He can't even really see the truck ahead of him unless that truck goes out of line a little bit. And you can see through his windshield just a teeny bit of that rear windshield, through his front windshield also. But it's so hard to see. Just imagine, 5, 6 rows back farther from that bottom lane. It's so tough to see down there. And it's really a work of an art. As you can see up here on the outside lane, you can see a little bit more, but now jumping to this one car, look, you just can't see up ahead of you. And there's actually, 5, 6 cars ahead of this one in front of them on the bottom lane. You really just can't see when it comes to riding behind someone here at this plate track. And it's just so tough.
Yeah, well, I also noticed too, in the trucks, you do got a little bit of clearance through the windshield, like you said, with that big windshield in the back. So you see just a tick. You see a little bit more than what you see in the Xfinity cars or the Cup cars. You literally don't see nothing. Like, you don't nothing in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, at all. And they go through that in real life. I mean, you depend on your spotter so much at a super speedway or a plate race track like this that your spotter, it has to be on the key, and you got to be on the same page with him, because if you're not, that's where you see the big one. It always happens at Daytona. Who was that ducking out there? Is that the 33?
I believe it was the
Yes.
33 Justice.
Yes, Justin. But what I was saying is that you depend on your spotter so much that it's unreal. People don't realize that in real life, that you better have a good relationship with your spotter and trust your spotter. It's going to put you in the right position at the right time.
Oh, spotter trust is so crucial in this place. You gotta follow what your spotter says, and you can't make moves without a confidence in your spotter, because when you hear clear, you either gotta take it or give it up. Because if you think at all in that split second, they split.
Whoa.
The 56. Oh, he's gonna get back down to the bottom lane there. The 33. I think he went to split the 56, and the 56 got back down to the bottom. Now Justin Stennard is your race leader there on the bottom lane.
Yeah, Justin says, I am going to break up the party. I want to lead for a little bit. As Mike Jr. in that 74 was leading the majority of the race here, Zach, and now he's fallen all the way back to 4th position. And possibly fall back farther if he doesn't get shuffled out there in that what's he running? Toyota. I do apologize.
Great racing though here. 45 laps in the books here at the Daytona International Speedway. Looking back from the 74 running in the 3rd position, you can see the 94 directly behind him as they head through the tri-oval here at Daytona.
You see Mike working the wheel here. In-car cam of him running around here. And just watch the wheel and watch his hands. He's just taking it so easy, so focused. Even though this is reality and his eyes literally don't move, but in real life, that's what drivers do. You're so focused.
Oh yeah, it takes such focus to run a place like this. I mean, in a blink of an eye, anything can happen. It's one of the toughest places to stay out of trouble, and it's something to watch. That's for sure.
All right, there's something we haven't did in a long time, Zach, and I just was thinking about it today here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We haven't did a cranker up. Now, I don't got a cranker up, but what we're going to do is we're going to hop in a truck for a lap. We're going to crank up the sounds and listen to the sights and sounds of the draft of a driver out there. So, who do you want to ride with, Zach? Pick somebody.
Ooh.
Well, is there an ooh out there? Let me see.
Oh,
I don't see a ooh.
Let's go with the 94 of Sean Huffstutler. He's in a pretty interesting position right now.
All right. As he comes around here, ladies and gentlemen, listen to the sights and sounds here with Underdog Racing League at Daytona International Speedway. You can just listen to that 94, man, Zach. He was on, off, that throttle, that whole lap.
Yeah, that's something you're going to see. When you get these big runs, you can't stay wide open. If you stay wide open, that's just going to be a big wreck, as they like to say here at Daytona. So it's something you really got to focus on. As you're going through the motions here at Daytona, you gotta be very smooth with the throttle and in and out of it a lot to manage those runs you get, not to run over the person in front of you.
Now, question to you: you've done a lot more racing than I have, and do you use more gas by getting on and off the throttle like he is, or would you save gas by just holding the throttle at a certain point and not move it, but not enough that you're gonna run the truck in front of you over, but just that throttle and not on off, if you know what I'm saying? Because it sounded like he was getting on off, and not just holding it at like a say 70% throttle.
Okay, so definitely that's a great question, Robert. The big thing I think about as a driver is when I'm trying to save fuel, I'm trying to stay consistent with the throttle, like you're saying, not on and off. I'm running, 75% throttle all around the track, just keeping my foot in that area. Now, if I need to catch back up to the pack and make sure I'm not losing any draft, I'll, definitely apply some more. But if I can stay comfortable at a certain throttle range and stay in position where I want to be, I'll run that throttle, to save fuel. Now, to slow myself down, if I'm good on fuel, no worries about fuel, I actually use the brake. I'll drag a little brake, just keep that throttle fully matted to the floor, and then you drag that little bit of brake and give that little bit of resistance to the truck so you don't lose as much RPM. You're trying to keep the trucks wound up. And if you let out the throttle, you're definitely slowing down a good bit more than just dragging the brake. And there goes a
Oh,
wreck with
Yellow
the
flag is out.
74 and the 33 up front. Oh no, big collision here at the front of the field. Man, oh man, we'll have to go back and check that out. But the caution here coming out for the third time this evening, second for a wreck tonight here at the Daytona International Speedway.
have to wait and see. I'm not sure if it's going to trigger us here. Let's see if we can find that replay for everybody. Here we go. As they go down the backstretch here, you can see, oh, he just got clipped on the right side. And, oh, hang on. Everybody else is just, wow. Major.
Yeah, major collision there. And, that led to me just a little bit of the 74, a little bit off the bottom. About half a truck length or a truck width up off the bottom, and also the 33 coming down. So it was kind of, two trucks going for a similar spot on the racetrack. And really, nobody's majorly fault there. It's just, sometimes here at Daytona, you get these random collisions like that. And, it's just two trucks fighting for a similar spot on the racetrack.
Man, it seems like now this is the second yellow here. Tri-oval. Tri-oval seems to be a little bit hairy here tonight.
Yeah, the Tri-oval could be the scariest place, in my opinion, at this racetrack. You go into there, and sometimes it just gets super wild. I mean, you think about it, it's a corner almost itself. It's got banking, and it's got a nice little bend to it. And it's very easy to make mistakes in that Tri-oval, and sometimes it's the most dangerous place just because it's like a quick little left-hander in the middle of the straightaway, and it can really upset the truck sometimes, especially if someone's pushing a certain way. So that has a huge effect, and yeah, it's a place where a lot of stuff usually happens here at Daytona. Personally, now we just had a good bit of trucks pit there, Robert. They're not going to be able to make it to the end with that, but they'll be able to go farther on their fuel. They'll be able to go to about, almost close to 90. They'll be able to go to about, I'd say 88, 89. So they could go almost to the end of this race, but they're definitely still going to have to pit. And that's why I think you see a few trucks stay out. But my question is, the few trucks that stayed out, issue for them is there was less trucks that stayed out than pitted, and that means you're not going to have too much help when you need to hit pit road for fuel.
Well, there's only one truck that stayed out, and that would be John in the 15. So I do believe he does stay out. From my data, he's the only truck. He last pitted on lap 32. Everybody else pitted, Zach.
Yeah, that's the only issue for him is getting down to the end of this race.
Banking on another
he's
yellow.
Yeah, he's got the bank on another yellow, but the thing is, it's going to have to happen before he needs to pit because he's going to need to pit around lap 70. It's probably going to be around the lap where he has to pit. So that's not too far away, and if he doesn't get that, he'll be pitting all by himself, and he will be in major trouble.
Right, and these guys here could go to lap 80 to 85 in that area. Yeah. So that's about a 10 to 15 lap difference. He'd definitely go a lap down, of course, and then, man, I don't know, but I just wanted to give him a shout out too. As you can see on the little ticker down there, pitstoppicks.com. Make sure you go check out that website if you are a NASCAR fan. Awesome job by them guys, from him and I do believe his brother or dad. I'm not sure. Do you remember?
His brother.
It's a brother. Okay, his brother. It's if you're NASCAR, go, please, ladies and gentlemen, go check it out and support them. It's a pretty cool. It's a freaking really cool website, actually. And I'm not just, it's not paid advertisement here. I'm just telling you the truth. When I went to it, I was like, wow, this is nice.
Awesome service they got there. And fancy NASCAR is really fun. So I know how that is. As the pace truck will pull in this time, Robert, and we'll get back to green flag racing here as we have 54 laps in the book here at the Daytona International Speedway, a little way past halfway, and we'll see how the last half of this race plays out with this field going to battle.
Well, we have some drivers that might have used their fast repair in the first yellow that came out and might have got caught back up into that second, caution there, Zach. So that's going to hurt them. They're just going to be back there riding and trying to gain what positions they can and to get the maximum points that they can. Then you're going to have other drivers as they're up here beating and banging that don't have no fast repair, but they had one and they just had to use it. So if we have another yellow and we have a big pileup, we might see some trucks having to take it behind pit wall.
It's very possible, Robert. That fast repair that you can quickly be used up here at Daytona, and then after that, it's a game over. As you see the 74 Mike Aiello Jr. just involved in that wreck up front. Now, already that leading truck in the outside lane up to the third position.
He's got fresh truck, so he used his fast repair. As he got, who's he got there in 88? Baker. He's side pushing. Yeah, we got fans out there rooting him on.
Yes, that was your Texas winner there, Ian Baker. So he's done a great job throughout this season, being very quick at each and every track we head to. As right now, up on that second truck in the outside lane, pushing that 74 to the lead. 74 is going to clear the 56. When does he jump down? We'll have to see here as they come out of the tribal. Maybe he can pull the 88 along with him. Looks like the top two trucks are going to clear and pull to that bottom lane.
Very, very powerful move there. I wanted to give a shout out. We got a nice fan base out there on YouTube. Please don't forget, you can hit us up on the chat. Chat's very quiet, and we would love to answer questions or even just interact with you ladies and gentlemen out there watching. You can talk to us. We don't bite. And if you don't want to talk on YouTube, head over to our Facebook page. We got our other colleague, Brandon Colley, up in the booth. He's not in the booth with us, but he's out there on Facebook chatting and talking to himself. So go over and interact with him. Have a chat with him.
That's right. I didn't even notice, man. Look at him. He's out there. He's chatting away.
Yeah, he's talking to himself. He probably does that at home.
chance he gets. That's wrong. Did you see that, Robert? That is messed up. That was
What?
19 minutes ago. That should have been 19 minutes.
Something about wrecking you? I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. That's right, Shia LaBeouf.
See fans what you're missing? Get over there and give them some crap.
Yeah, because he's talking about wrecking me. Definitely give him some crap. That guy.
But we do appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight with the Underdog Racing League here at Daytona. Round number 4 here, Zach. They had some great 3 racing. We did pick them up, 2 weeks ago here. So we did miss the first race of the season, but we haven't missed any of the action since.
No, we have not, Robert. It's been a blast so far through our first 3 races here at the Underdog Racing League, and we've seen 2 great races so far, and this is shaping up to be a third one. Look at that 27 and a 94 surge forward, that outside lane with a big run through 3 and 4 here.
I'm shocked that we don't see more trucks up there trying to surge up, and just stay up there. The problem is that as you can see, the 74, like you said, he's going to go up there and try to cut that momentum off on the top line, which he does. But that's going to open it up for the 88 Baker to try to get up underneath him. But it doesn't look like there's enough energy yet on that low line. So the top line is now going to pull forward. Now, if that was that 74, I duck low. Or maybe not.
They're trying to get to his outside here as he's going to have to duck low. And there he goes back to the bottom. And that, Robert, coming here, we'll have 40 to go. I like the move the 74 pulled off there to stop the outside lane, but, especially with no fast repair, him getting it used up already, that was a risky decision. You're putting a lot of fate in the guy behind you to not spin you out when they get to that rear bumper end, especially with 40 to go. That's a pretty risky, aggressive move, but that's something you're going to have to practice to head up to the end of this race, because you see that outside lane coming and you can get up there in time and cover it off. You should be able to stop their momentum and keep you going forward.
Yeah, and you got to do it now so you know your timing. Where did you do it? How did you do it? How fast are they coming? You don't want to start playing around with that kind of stuff with 5 to go, because the guys behind you are not going to give you that inch anymore, because 5 to go, they're coming too.
Yeah, it's a good way to test for future reference. So side-by-side racing, though, here already. It looks like Orlando Jr. they're going to lead this lap over ALO Jr. So we got the juniors battling out here. What do you know? Juniors are fast at Daytona.
That's right. That's we are.
Weird thing to say, right?
Yeah, that's right we are. Oh, never mind. I get it now. I instantly thought of myself.
He didn't think of Dale Jr.
No. When you said junior, I'm a junior. I was like, yeah, that's right. We're fast. And yeah, okay. Guess I was wrong.
Well, I mean, you got the junior in your name too, so it works out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no more on that.
He's gonna say Cedric left him out to dry.
That too, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I don't want the fans out there to come beating on my door because I'm not a fan of somebody.
Oh, now you just let the cat out the bag.
I didn't say it. I mean, what? I said I am not a fan of that 7. Jokingly with you, 7. Brent.
Oh, Brent is Brett.
That's why I said it that way. I wanted to see if you'd catch me. That's why I started laughing right away.
Oh man. Yeah, the 7's worked his way right up into the picture here on the outside lane now too. So he's done a great job for Brett to get back up here. He was involved in that early wreck, remember, that very first caution, and now he's worked his way back into the picture. You also got Jake Williams in the 29, the 4th car on the outside lane. He's starting to work his way back into the picture. He's been up front most of this race.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, well, we got Dennis 57 out there on YouTube asking. He wants to know why Tony keeps dropping to the back.
I I think that's just his strategy is
Strategy.
just
Yeah.
stay out of trouble. I'm guessing he feels that with less than 40 here to go, it's not time to go yet. And I could almost certainly agree with him. It's plenty of time here at Daytona. You can make up positions in a hurry by just making the right moves. So I think he feels like back here he has the best chance to stay out of trouble.
Well, he could be the underdog for the win.
He very well could be. And now,
you didn't pick that up, did you?
no, I didn't. What you said? He could be the pick to win, right?
Yeah,
The
he
favorite to
could
win.
be the underdog to win.
Oh, the underdog racing. Oh gosh.
Oh man, see, I got you back there, buddy. How you like that?
Gosh.
Ah,
We're trading jokes out here
hold
now.
on,
It's
here we go. Chalk one up for me. I'll take it, and I'm running.
We're gonna get a chalkboard, and it's gonna keep the score for the rest of the season. See who comes out on top.
Well,
And I don't like to lose.
Well, that's fine. I'll lose, but I'll have the last word.
You definitely will. I know you, Robert. You definitely will. As we come across the line here to complete lap 65, so 35 here to go at Daytona. Mike Aiello Jr., your leader, with Kevin Orlando Jr. in the second position, and working their way strong through the field. And we were talking about the move the 74 made, Robert, with jumping to that middle lane on the outside. Or to cover off that outside line. The thing is, if it comes down to it late in this race, I think you're going to see somebody jump to the third lane to go around him if you make that move. And I think Brandon Collett even brought that up. He says, if I see that happen, I'm jumping to the third lane. So, yeah, that's another move you have in your back pocket if somebody jump out with you.
Jesus. All right, Brandon. Yeah, okay.
Chalk one up for Brandon there.
Oh, we got a battle going on for jokes right now. Where's my joke book?
Oh, don't start me on my joke.
Yeah, we won't do that. Hopefully everybody's enjoying this show. These guys are putting on well the show. Yes, we had one caution for stage racing at lap 30, and then 2 racing incidents for a total of 3 yellows here tonight. 67 laps in the books of 100. So they've been putting on one well of a show, but we all know this is Daytona, and we all know when it comes to 10 to go to 5 to go, the heat just keeps building and building, and you're going to see trucks starting to beat and bang. You're going to see trucks pushing. They're not going to be lifting in the turns. It's going to be, knuckle, throat, killing, trying to win.
Yeah, it's going to be cutthroat down to the very end of this race, and you're going to have to make big moves to be able to get in position. And remember, we had the what number was it again that stayed out? Now my brain is malfunctioning. Oh, John Magner in the 15. He's in the 15th position right now, but remember, he stayed out. His stop is going to be nearing as we complete lap 68. He could look, as I say it, look at the 15.
Yeah, wow, that's early.
Pit road. Yeah, and that just shows you that that's an unfortunate thing for him, because now he's going to be all alone. He's going to lose the draft, and he will go a lap down.
So why do you think he would pit so early, though? I mean, wouldn't you want to run that thing all the way bone dry, hoping for that yellow? Because now he just put himself in a box where I don't know if he can only be 1 lap down. Yeah, granted, if a yellow comes out, he's going to be the lucky dog, because now that's his only hope is to be the lucky dog.
Let's see. So he won about 34 laps there on that run. That definitely tells me that I don't think these guys can make it as far if he didn't stretch that tank. So these guys are going to have to try to go as far as they can to make sure they can make it to the end of this race, possibly. But yeah, I'm guessing he stretched it as far as he could go, Robert, but maybe had a little bit left. You would definitely want to wait it out as long as possible to try to catch something, because you kind of made your bet already. Might as well stick to it, but I imagine he probably already did run it out.
So 34 laps on a tank of fuel. And these guys are
I had a
looking with
caution.
it. And yeah, that was even with a caution involved. So I don't think they run 100% fuel, Zach. Is those numbers adding up right?
I can't tell. um,
Come on,
it's
mathematical
close.
Zach.
It's close. It's close to being the same, because he pitted what 34, right? Last time before this, so he pitted at 69 that
Correct.
time. So he went, a total of 35 technically laps, but maybe it is around 30 is about as much as they can go because that caution would have saved them a few laps. But these guys should be good to the end now, with it less than 30.
Yeah, because their pit stop's going to be oh, we have the 7 into
in
the
the
wall.
Yeah, 7 of Brett Somers in the wall. I don't know how that actually happened. Oh, they were going up to the third lane with the 94 of Sean Huffstutler, and he kind of just got a little too high and got that thing into the wall, and that's going to slow him down. He's going to lose the pack.
Way to go, Zach, in your third line. See what happened?
Sorry, Brett.
Brett got he got screwed by Zach Attack.
Hopefully, he wasn't listening to me.
That's okay. Hashtag we're gonna have the hashtag Zach Yellow, so it's gonna be Zach Attack Yellow 15. Make sure you put that out there on Facebook and YouTube. 15 to go. We will have a yellow because of Zach.
Well, that means you definitely want to try to stay out and run that tank out dry then, because these guys do, with where they can make it to pretty much 15 to 10 to go.
Correct. Well, we're going to be looking roughly about 10 to 15 laps. We should see starting these trucks ducking in and make their final pit stop for the night.
Yeah,
barring
I think
no yellow.
Yeah, barring no yellow, I think you're gonna. The thing is, if you can get enough trucks to pit with you, I think you want to get it done early, because then if you get a yellow and you can stay ahead of this pack with enough trucks, you'll just jump them while they go down pit road under caution. So it's kind of like a road course where you run it backwards, because you can pit here and stay on the lead lap.
Correct. So you would,
it's
instead of undercutting it, you'd want to underdog it.
Underdog it. Yes, there you go.
No, that's actually strategy. I mean, if I was in the back, that's what I would do. I mean, why not? You're not going to lose nothing.
Yeah, you just need help, though. You got to make sure you have enough trucks with you. You have
How many trucks?
4 or 5 trucks. I'd say 5 would be about what you want to have. And you should be able to stay out in front of this pack, especially if they get a caution.
And even if you don't get a caution, you're still going to benefit from it, because you're just going to leapfrog them trucks. And you're going to have a 5-truck pack, 6-truck pack. Granted, that pack that just pitted and you pass them will catch you. Guaranteed they would catch you. They got more trucks, more head of steam. But still, that puts you into the front. And you never know. And that's where it comes down to the end of the race then, Zach. Then you have them trucks that made that pit stop. Do you block to hold your position? Do you give up that position? Do you try to cut the line off like the 74 of Mike Jr. has been doing, to slow down the momentum on the high side, low side? I mean, you can even go middle 3 wide sometimes, I mean, granted, I don't recommend it at Daytona, but it's doable.
It's definitely doable. It's, it's such a... such an interesting question to ask yourself here, And the thing is, like I said, you got to have numbers. And you want to also, if it does stay green, you want to make sure you're running good lap times. Because if you just go out there and pit and the pack behind you is running faster, then you're just going to, once they pit, they're going to jump ahead of you. So you got to make sure you're running good lap times to have enough trucks out there to do it. Because sometimes you can do it to where you can jump ahead of them by running faster lap times with less trucks if you're just more organized. But it's hard to say. I think you're going to see a lot of these guys just try to pit together. I think that's the safest way to do it, unless you're for sure.
Well, the question is how hard can you push before these trucks start overheating?
That is a great question. I don't think these trucks heat up as fast as the Cups cars, which I haven't done as much. Ooh, is the 74 and the 27 jump down to the bottom. I haven't done as much racing with these trucks at plate track. Um, especially I know when it comes to Road to Pro, working on the trucks there, the tape is probably the most interesting adjustment you have, because the more tape you put on there, the less time you can push, and the hotter the truck stays in clean air. So it's really a balancing act of wanting cool temps to be able to push longer, but also wanting to have as least amount of drag. So these trucks, I'm not sure how much the fixed setup has tape wise on it. That is really the big telltale of how fast you're going to heat up. But it's definitely interesting. And look at this, Christopher Heights in the 21. He is going to try to take the lead here in this 21. Remember, he was a lap down early in this race and got the lucky dog back after that stage finish. So great job by him to work his way back from a lap down into position now and possibly take the lead here with 24 to go.
Hey, he bounced back very, very strong. Looking very strong now after, like I said, going a lap down. Being pushed there by the 5 of Jason. He's pushing him pretty hard, too. He's nose to tail with him.
Side by side as they go down the 1 and 2. Great racing. We're having Jason Finsler there pushing that number 21 around the outside. Can they make it work? The outside lane's got a big head of momentum, but only really 2 trucks pushing right now as they got a good separation of gap back to Matt Job in the 89, who's also came back from 2 laps down, we must point out, in that 89. So great job by him.
Nice job. Good rebound back. Oakland Athletics. Wonder where he's from. Probably California. Wonder if he's from Oakland.
Oakland A's. Got Moneyball out here. It's a great movie. No free shout outs though. 22 to go here. It's shaping up to be a great race. Remember, everybody, we still have to make a pit stop. Still need to make that pit stop. Remember, John Magner, he made his pit stop off sequence. He's now in the back of this pack, 1 lap down. And he's directly ahead of Brett Somers, who would be your lucky dog battle right there, the 15 and the 7. That top one is the top one is back 2 trucks right there.
I do believe he's got. Oh, and here's pit road, 22 to go.
Looks like Justice Stunnard the first to hit pit road in that 33, along with Jake Williams in the 29. Looks like Trevor Earhart, Sean Huffstutler, and Parker Johnston.
And you said that number 2, Zach, 5.
Yep.
Man, oh man, no wonder you're a pit crew guy and you can't win no more. Oh, I just said it.
Hey, I'm still decent. It's just people I race against are really, really, really good.
Very true, very true. I will say that the competition has risen from
back
from
in the day.
from what we know, of what I used to know. I couldn't keep up with none of these guys anymore.
Oh, we had a big move in the back by there. Christopher Heights jumping on the apron almost to make the move on Matt Job. Now I wonder, the 25, he must have had issues pitting because Trevor Earhart, he just leaving pit road now and the pack's already swarming on him.
His total pit lane was a 50.68. Yeah, his pit stop was a 23.8 to everybody's 15. Yeah, 15, 14s, 13s. Yeah, so he had some kind of issue. Henry, I wonder if he slid through his pit stall.
It's very possible that some type of issue there is the other 4 trucks are all lined up in 1 and 2 right now as our leaders head into turn 1 now as they exit out of turn 2 up here. So about a corner ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just about a corner ahead. So they should be able to hold on pretty decently here before the next pits, before the rest of the field pits. But that's going to be the question: when does the rest of the field pit, and what kind of lap times can these 4 trucks put down together?
Well, that too, and you want to stay in front of the other lead pack, because if they wind up catching you or going around you before they pit, this is all for nothing. They got to stay in front. As we got more vehicles, Tony's coming in, Matt's coming in, Dennis is coming in. So
In pit road, trucks. Ooh. Is that the 13 of Tony Bard? Yeah, he's a little bit sideways in the pit stall.
That's okay, he's still in. There's
Hey,
room.
made it in there. Exactly. Can only ask for that. As right now, still, I believe, at least 9 trucks yet to pit here.
I just noticed something too. These guys here took 4 tires.
Oof.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of fuel they would have to take here, Robert, you probably would have to take 4 tires because you're still going to need at least over 10 gallons, in my opinion, to make this race. And anytime you go over 1 tank of fuel, it's going to take up to 13 seconds to put that fuel in the truck. So you might as well take 4 tires.
Right, you might as well. You're going to be there sitting anyways.
Yeah, and we were talking about the lap times that the pack was running up here. You got Mike ALO Jr. here who says he's pitting in this time here, running 49.24s out front to the pack of 4 trucks running 49.93. So definitely 7/10 quicker. They could possibly be a good bit ahead of this 4 truck pack here. That's overpitting as these trucks will decide to come in this time. It's just going to matter what they do as they come down the pit road here.
The whole field basically is going to come down. But that 4-pack truck, though, Zach, is going to catch on to. They're going to catch the 13 of Tony, Matt. They're all going to be able, if they would even slow down just for a split second and latch on there, then you're going to have a 6-car pack. Oh, wait, and then we got. Who's that in the middle there? Is that
It's like
Dennis?
the one of Dennis.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you get. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7 trucks that could all line up here. As Mike is now leaving pit road, the rest of the field's leaving pit road. Nate's going to take over the lead here as now he's coming down pit road.
Looks like that'll be everybody.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. As Kevin in the 27 beat Mike out of pit road.
Yes, he did.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, last pit stops happened here, so now let's wait and see how this all plays out. It's going to take a lap or 2 to get everything, all sorted up and everything. See where everybody stands, any distancing gaining, losing. So this all plays out there, Zach, with 15 to go. Hashtag Zach Attack.
Couldn't strike. We don't know. But we'll have to see here. It's about a 6-truck breakaway up front here. So you're going to have the 27 of Kevin Orlando Jr. here leading this race. The back to Jason Kinsler in the 7th position with Nate Morris still leading. Actually, I tell you what, Nate Morris did an excellent job because he is still way ahead of everybody. He pitted all by himself.
Well, he had a pit stop of 8.6 with a 33.95 down pit lane. So
he's got a huge gap.
I don't think he took tires. I think he just went and grabbed fuel and headed on out. And yeah, because I mean he's a 5-second head lead.
He definitely grabbed a limited amount of fuel too, because to make the stop that long, I'm hoping he grabbed enough. We'll have to see, because he pitted with about 15 to go here. I imagine still going to need a decent sized amount of fuel in that truck. But the problem for him now is he's got a 5-second lead, but these trucks are going to catch him so fast that I don't think he'll be able to latch on. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think they're going to blow by him. As you can see, it was a 5-second lead. Half a lap ago, it's down to a 2.1. Now it's under a 2-second lead. 1.8, 1.7, 1.6. He's a sitting duck. They are running 20 miles per hour faster than he is.
And that just shows you the work you can create with this line of trucks. He's just got to hold the bottom here and let them go around the outside. That's the only way he's going to latch on, and they're going to go right. He's lucky they caught him in the corner. This will help him here as it slows their speed down entering that corner. And he's definitely probably going to be able to latch on now. He should be able to start picking up that pace in that number 22 and have a decent shot at that. As yeah, now it's going to be a 7-truck breakaway for the lead for the top drivers here, and then they're on back from 8th on back to really 18th. So you had 10 trucks back here in this next pack, and they are going to battle.
Yeah, this is going to get crazy because these guys here are side by side. Are they losing speed, though? Is the question, Zach. Or would it be faster, though, just that whole pack get in line? I don't know.
It's interesting. It depends on the car. You know, in the Cup car, actually getting in a line is slower than getting in in like this little bit of too wide action here. But you got to be organized too. You can't have each other jumping out and slowing each other's momentum down. You got to go with the flow and let everything continue to get runs on each other. And I think personally, from what I'm seeing lap time wise, this front pack should be able to hold on to this because they've got about a 4-second lead here, and it's going to take them to get into that 2-second gap range before they really start to get a good toe off that front pack ahead of them, and then that would really let them start charging forward. We'll have to see. Here's a 49 flat here for Kevin Orlando. Sean Huff stuff for 49.16, so a little bit slower actually, and that's not going to work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I was these guys in the back, I would just say, I mean, and sliding around like they are like this with these trucks going left, right is not helping. They're scrubbing so much speed. But I would be like, guys, let's just get in line and let's see if we can start, have a big group and just push each other instead of running side by side. And if we don't catch up with 4 to go, then okay, then you're on your own. Do you, like Lee liked to say up here at Freaky Fast, do you, boo-boo.
That's right. Here's we coming to 10 to go. Let's see what type of lap time they put down here in this second pack. 49.65 to the leaders, 49.43. So 2/10 again. They lost that time by.
Yep.
It's not going to be enough. They're definitely going to have some better runs here if they want to be able to catch this pack. And it's time running out.
Yeah, 10 to go. I don't think they're going to do it. It's not enough of time. They needed to get single file and, but like you said, it does it slow them down? I mean, you don't know. Again, I'd be the type that say, look, I'm going to, let's try, guys. What's the harm, Because they're not going to catch them. They're losing 2/10 again. They're losing 2/10 per lap. And that front's not going to battle, Zach, until probably, 2 to go would probably when you want to start looking at setting up your moves up here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a guy in the top 4 trucks, yeah, you're probably looking at 2 to go. But I think with 7 guys up here in this front pack, you're going to see runs start to happen around 5 to go, most likely.
Well, who's going to be the first one to pull out? It's going to be the question.
Well, I can say there's going to be a caution probably because the second pack is wrecking. They're flipping.
Oh, no. Well, never mind what we were saying.
And the caution has attacked here for the 4th caution of this evening. We'll have to check that one out, but I think it started all around the 94. Sean Huffstutler, I think he got turned on the bottom lane from the outside, pushing really hard.
Hey, see right
Heavy
here. Oh, that 29 was all over the place. He went up, down, and just passenger slide slam, not door slam, but passenger slide. Oh, hang on. He's in the catch fence.
Yeah, Jake Williams going for a ride, and that was really just the case. I think the 25 of Trevor Earhart just really pushing hard, them trying to make up time, and
Got him
The
loose.
29 was just all over the place with those bumps, so it's hard to hold on to a truck when someone's shoving you that hard. So
Very true, because you get a shot of energy, and all of a sudden it just shoots you either left or right, and you're hanging on as it is. But unfortunately for Jake there in that 29 Miller Light machine, he's going to have to call for a tow if he doesn't have a fast repair. Get back in, but that's going to end his race here probably tonight, unfortunately, with 8 laps to go. So everything that me and Zach were talking about is out the window.
yeah, it's that's all out the window. I would be interested to see if anybody comes and tops off, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people have it pretty good because it looks like most guys filled up completely.
Now, does the 7 or the 24 have a fast repair? That's the other question, as we'll see here. And unfortunately, it does not look like the 24 has a fast repair. 7, the 1 don't have a fast repair, so a lot of these guys are just gonna try to make it the rest of the way. Wow. What did I say earlier in the broadcast, everybody, and Zach? Grab your drinks and grab your popcorn or your snacks, because yeah, just get ready.
Yeah, it's about to get wild. I mean, we've seen with these late race restarts too. It's going to be a close finish down to the very end here, and I'm sure that front 7 pack they're like, "Oh man, are you kidding me? This was working out perfect for us." Now they're going to have to hold off everybody.
Yeah, that, and guess what? There's 15 to go, so Zach Attack 15 did hit.
No, it was 9 to go.
Yeah, 15 to go. Zach Attack 15. Hashtag Zach Attack yellow 15, right? I mean, it's 15 to go. It's 7 to go. You did it, Zach.
Anytime there's a caution under 15 to go, it's my fault.
Right. Yeah, it's a Freaky Fast thing. We're going to make Freaky Fast t-shirts, which you can check out. We're going to have hashtag Zach Attack Yellow 15 in our merch store, which is in the link in the description below on Facebook and YouTube. So make sure you go and check out our merch stuff that we have to offer: hats, t-shirts, masks for the coronavirus, stickers, coasters, coffee cups. Man, I could ramble on all night. What we got? Heck, we even got shower curtains.
True. Yeah. Got bed sheets, I think.
Yep.
All types of stuff, man.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. As you're taking a
Nate.
shower, you're like, this is Freaky Fast hot.
Yeah, I know, Brandon, right? I'm getting bullied out here.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. But lights are out, Zach. I'm getting ready to go back green here. It's going to be, what, 5 to go? 6 to go?
Yeah, it should be, here with 5 to go. So we'll have 5 lap shootout here, and possibly not the last caution we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
Got 16 trucks on the lead lap also.
And that 16th truck sitting in 16th position could be your race winner.
It really could be. I mean, we've seen crazier here on Freaky Fast.
Yeah, we did.
It can happen at any moment. In the white flag lap, when the white flag's out, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, it doesn't matter then. I mean, you race. There ain't no yellow once you hit that white flag. It is not an official race, but you don't get a yellow. So,
Exactly.
But Pace truck ducks in here. It's going to be
Green,
5
green.
laps to go as green flag is out, as we got Orlando and Mike going to lead the way here. As, wow, that bottom line definitely is getting a hard push there. 3 trucks versus 2 so far.
You got Kevin Orlando Jr. leading that bottom lane with James Loveland on the bottom of that back bumper there with Jason Finsler, last week's winner at Daytona. And they're
Yellow flag is out.
Oh,
22, and Nate Morris goes around, and we're going to have another caution here. So this could go into overtime now.
Not exactly sure what happened there. They weren't really up to speed, Zach. We'll go back on the replay here and see if we can see exactly what happened to that 22. He just got clipped on the left rear by the 33, and that was it. Oh, and that 33 hard into the wall.
Yeah, Trevor Air. Multiple trucks involved in this.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like a lot of these trucks might be over now, unless the motor is not popped. Well, rack 'em, stack 'em. Here we go again.
Yeah, that's Daytona. Rack 'em, stack 'em. So we'll have to see now as we're back under a caution for the 5th time tonight. I'm trying to see. I can't see. Oh, yeah, 5th time.
5th time, actually the 4th for racing incidents.
And this green white checkered is brought to you by Robert Moyer Jr. Hashtag Robert Moyer Jr. causes green white checkers.
That has no. That causes green white. Hashtag Robert Moyer causes. Do you want somebody to type that out?
No, I'm just blaming it on you, okay?
Oh,
Blaming it on you.
You can hashtag RM Green WC. I'll take it. I'll join your party, Zach, so you don't feel left out for the 2021 season.
I'm glad you joined me.
Oh, no problem. That's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for. Number 24 stays strong, avoiding high damage. That's right. Nick Alves still surviving, getting through it, and he's bringing it back down the pit road. Got a little bit of damage on the 24, but he's going to come down here and get it worked on. RMJR causes DWCs. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it.
That's fine. I'll take it.
And he did point out the 48 had a great move, too. Parker Johnson there to get the move. And, Nick Alves, I think he just uses fast repair in that 24, so he's got a clean truck now in the 24 leaving pit road.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I thought he was out, but now that changes everything here.
It does, yeah. He's going to have a clean truck to contend here at the very end of this green white checker.
I don't see no candy trucks out here.
Robert likes candy trucks, if any of you drivers didn't know out there. He is a big fan of candy trucks. If you want to have a lot of airtime, put some candy on it. Because Robert will show it. And then he'll talk about why he likes this candy or this candy's that candy. It's just a candy stream at that point.
Yeah, well, if you put it on a Toyota, I won't leave your truck at all. We'll just watch you go around the track for 100 laps.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Oh, geez. Now we got a hashtag got your back, Zach attack. Man, we got too many hashtags going on here. We gotta slow down.
Got your back, Zach attack. Wow.
Zach attack. Baby got back.
Whoa.
All right.
We're getting out here.
Here we are. All right. Well, back to seriousness here, everybody. Thank you for tuning in here tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's stream here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We do got Saturday night available if you got a league out there or know anybody that's got a league that's looking to get some broadcasting done. You get exposure to your league. Make sure you check us out at Freaky Fast Broadcasting on Facebook. Shoot us a private message and we will return that as soon as possible. But well, Zach, 3 laps to go. We will have a green-white checkered here. We're going to see how this all plays out. Who do you think's going to have a chance to win? I am going to go for the 8th place position truck out there. I think Scott or Parker's going to win it. I see them flying up through the field 3 wide.
All right. I'm gonna pick Kevin Orlando Jr., our race leader.
Oh, okay.
I think he's gonna make a good move here. Somebody, I think maybe Loveland gets ahead of him, and jumps ahead of him. But I think on the last lap, you're going to see Orlando Jr. here make the move. He's been up front all night. Same with the 74, Mike Aiello Jr. They've been up front all night. But I don't know. I see that 27 making the outside work. He's been up there a lot tonight. We'll have to see. And I'll tell you what, it's anybody's game, though. It really is anybody's game at this point.
Oh, I just seen Kevin there warming up the tires. Kind of scared me. I thought he was going to try to slam door the 56 there.
One with beat somebody.
All right, well, here we go. Green flag is out. Sit back. Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. Side by side already from the front row. Getting the good push there from the 74 to the back of the 27. The 56 getting a great push from Jason Finsler. The 5, look at this shot. This just shows you how hard they're pushing. And this is in the corner. It's everything you got. The 56 is going to power around the outside here with the help of that 5. What a push from Jason Finsler, giving that 56 the power as they get on the back fairway. They clear the 27 going down in the corner as they come through 3 and 4. They're going to see the white flag this next time by. Haven't got there yet, though, as let's see who's the first to pull out. Do they back the truck up? Look at Orlando Jr. He's going to back it up here. Try to check up the run here to try to get a big run, I think, on these front 2 here as they come to the white flag. A little bit of gap building. Who makes the first move on this last lap? Here goes the move for the 27. The 5 blocks it. 27 back to the low side. What a move here. Who's going to get the push down into the corner? You got the 88 helping the 27 and the 56 as they go down the turn 2 here to head down the back straightaway. Who's going to pull this off? We're going to see as they're side by side. The 74, Mike Aiello Jr. giving the great push to the 5 of Jason Finsler, but the bottom lane moving forward down to 3 and 4. Who's going to pull it off? Who jumps out of line first? Does the 27 make the move here coming out of 4? I think he needs to make it soon as they're coming out of 4 here. 27, James Orlando Jr. Does he jump to the outside? Looks to do it, but James Loveland is going to win the race here with Ian Baker coming up in second, Kevin Orlando Jr. third. What a finish. Look at how many are on top of each other.
You could throw a blanket over them.
Woo!
Who is right? Wow, what a finish. You know, a power move there with 2 laps to go, Zach, was that 5 of Jason. I actually didn't think he was going to clear that 27. I thought he was going to get clipped, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that was intense racing. Great down to the very end.
Congratulations. Congratulations to the 56 there of James Loveland. Brings it home. Daytona race winner here tonight. So we're going to wait and watch and see him burn it down. And after he gets ready to burn it down, we'll get our top 3 hopefully in tonight here for a post-race interview. Here to see how tonight's race was here with the Underdog Racing League at Daytona International Speedway. But again, congratulations to James on bringing home the victory. As there you go, Zach. He's going to burn that bad boy down. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
Great run for him.
That is correct. So, all right. Well, stay tuned. We will be right back. Less than 4 minutes here with post-race interview with the top 3 here at Underdog Racing League.
All right, we're back here with our top 3 finishers here tonight at the Daytona International Speedway. What a race it was here for us at the Underdog Racing League and Freaky Fast broadcast. And thank you all for tuning in. But let's hear what our top 3 finishers here have to say tonight after that amazing finish. Hey, Kevin and Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I got you. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, Kevin, man. Well, what a race it was for you out there tonight. Seems like that 27 was up front pretty much all night, man. You kept it up there in qualifying and just pretty much kept it up there the whole race. How was the racing from the truck, man?
Oh, it was crazy. That was some of the best close racing I've had in a long time. And it was great to be able to keep the car up front. It's always unpredictable at these super speedways. You never know, how things are going to work out. But I was able to keep it out of trouble and stay up with them.
Oh, you definitely did, Kevin. Coming down there to the very end, great race in between you, the 56 to 88, multiple trucks up there battling for a win. Man, what a race it was, an exciting finish for us here at Daytona. Now, we head from the 2.5 miler here at Daytona down to Bristol, Tennessee, one of the shortest tracks on the service. How do you feel about going into Bristol next week?
It's kind of the same thing with the super speedways, and Bristol is just the oddball. You'd never know what's going to happen there. You don't want to start in the back. You don't want to start in the front. You don't want to start in the middle. It's just, no matter what, it's just a kind of a crapshoot. But it's always a lot of fun at Bristol, too, so I'm looking forward to it. Regardless of how it works out, I know we'll have a great race.
Oh, I'm for sure of that, my friend. Well, congrats on the 3rd place finish here tonight, Kevin. And anybody want to send a shout to you before we let you go, man, and celebrate this?
Just shout out to all these guys I'm racing with. That's the way they race is what allows me to race as hard as I can and get these kind of finishes. So if it wasn't for that, I'd be, probably wrecked sideways at some point. But
that's definitely for sure. You definitely got a shout out to the competition out there, man. So congrats on 3rd here tonight, and we will catch you next Wednesday night at Bristol.
Have a good one. Thank you.
All right, that was Kevin Orlando Jr. Heard from him. Great racing all around out on the track and definitely putting on a show for us in that 27. Now we'll move on to our 2nd place finisher, winner at Texas, Ian Baker. Hey, Ian, it's Zach in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, what another great race for you here tonight after winning in Texas 2 weeks ago, Ian. You're able to bring it home in the 2nd position. How was the racing out here at Daytona? Because you kind of kept the 88 up front there most of the last half of that race.
Yeah, I just wanted to stay in the back at the start just to see how the racing was going to be. And then about halfway, I started to go up towards the front, and the racing at the front was pretty good. Had clean, good racing, and ran all the way down to that pit stop, and we were in position, but the caution came out, so it was unfortunate, but happens.
Yeah, it definitely does. There, you guys were in great position before that final caution to, really just be a 7-man brawl there down to the very end. But that caution came out and it reset everything back up. But you did a great job positioning yourself back in there to be able to pull off the 2nd place finish here tonight. Now we head off to Bristol, Tennessee next Wednesday. How does that feel? Because that track is one of the toughest for sure.
We'll see. I've not been very good at Bristol the past couple races I've done there, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be a clean race, a good race. So we'll see.
Definitely. So we'll hope the best for you there, buddy, at Bristol, and we'll catch you next Wednesday there. But before we let you go, anybody want to send a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to you guys for broadcasting. Done a great job, and to Justin for putting all this stuff together, league owner, and yeah.
Awesome stuff, Ian. Well, you have a great night, and congrats on 2nd, and we'll catch you next Wednesday here.
You too.
All right, that was Ian Baker in the 88 machine, able to bring home the victory here. Wow. I jumped ahead of myself. We were going to James Lola, who brought the race victory of the night, but Ian Baker bringing home a nice solid 2nd place finish. And actually, this is James Loveland's 2nd win of the season, so let's hear his thoughts on getting his 2nd win of the season. Hey, James, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, James, well, man, congrats on your 2nd win of the season here. You kicked off the season with a victory at Lucas Oil, and now you come here to Daytona and are able to pull off that victory in the 56. How does it feel to have 2 wins here early in the season?
Pretty great. Just had a couple rough races after that Lucas Oil race, and I just needed something to kind of boost my confidence to keep going through the season.
Yeah, we saw last week you went to Darlington, set on the pole there, and like you said, didn't have the greatest race for yourself there. That was a tough race, I think, overall for a lot of guys. But you bounce back here tonight at Daytona to get the win. Now we head off to Bristol. From Daytona to Bristol is just polar opposites, but both really wild races. How do you feel about going into Bristol? Is that a strong suit for you? Do you feel?
Yeah, I like that track. I'm pretty good there. It's going to be very difficult to pass, and it's going to be very tight racing, but I think I'll do pretty well there, hopefully.
Well, we'll have to see for sure as we head off there next Wednesday to Bristol, Tennessee, and as you guys put on a show each and every week, and that finish right there down to the end was amazing to watch. So congrats on your second victory of the season here, James. It was very impressive to watch. Anybody want to send a shout to before we let you go and celebrate this victory here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Justin and Underdog for doing this racing. It's super fun, and it goes to show right this race that we have a lot of fun and a lot of competitive racing. And thanks to you guys for doing the broadcast. It's always nice seeing the broadcast races and watching them after. Great racing, great broadcasting. It's a great time.
Oh, it definitely is. It wouldn't be what it is without you guys. So we thank y'all very much out there on the racetrack. You drivers make it what we can do out here. Great for all the fans at home. So thank you, James, for putting on a show for us, and congrats on the victory. And we will catch you next Wednesday, and you have a great night.
You too, guys. Thank you.
All right. That was James Loveland, your race winner here tonight at the Daytona International Speedway. What a race it was here. But now we'll pull up them race results to let you see where your favorite drivers or family members finish here tonight. And, at the Daytona International Speedway. So there it is, your race results. James Loveland bringing home the victory in that 56 truck, followed along by Texas winner there of Ian Baker in the second position. Kevin Orlando Jr., they're going to bring it home in the third spot. Jason Finsler there bringing it home fourth. Fifth is going to go to Parker Johnston in the 48. Sixth is going to be Mike Aiello Jr., who led a lot of laps here and set on the pole tonight. Seventh is going to go to Nate Morris in the 22. Eighth is going to be Christopher Heights. 9th is going to go to Brett Somers. 10th there is Scott Kerberg. 11th is going to go to John Magner in the 15th. 12th is going to go to Tony Bard. 13th is going to be Nick Alves in the 24. 14th is going to go to Matt Jobe. 15th position there, Justin Stunnard in the 33. 16th is going to go to Trevor Earhart in the 25 truck. 17th is going to go to Jake Williams after tumbling a few times down the back straightaway. 18th is going to go to Dennis Steele in the 1 truck. 19th is Sean Huffstutler. 20th is going to go to Carl Kooks. 21st is Dylan Walterman. And rounding out your field in the 22nd position is Lance Durham in the 91 truck. As that is the race results tonight here from the Underdog Racing League from the Daytona International Speedway. What a race we got to watch tonight, Robert. It was so fun to commentate with you, man. Any closing thoughts for you before we close out tonight here at the Daytona International Speedway?
Well, my closing thought is Daytona gives us action. We've seen it Monday, Tuesday, and we've seen it, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, Zach, here with the Underdog. They put on one well of the show. Like Brandon Coley said out there on Facebook, we didn't see a truck flipping across the start-finish line this time, but I'm telling you what, we had the top 5 on top of each other, or actually the top 6 on top of each other. So it's been something else to watch. But man, that's my final thoughts here. It was great, man. So I don't know if you have anything more to add before we sign off here tonight and get ready for Sunday afternoon, as we are going to be heading to Myrtle Beach. So we'll be packing our stuff up here from Daytona and then just heading on up the road, hopping, skipping, and jump, and we'll be heading to good old Myrtle Beach to watch some truck racing there Sunday afternoon at 12:30. So I don't know if you got anything more to add there, sir.
Yeah, I'll just add that shout out to all the drivers out there putting on a great show here tonight. Thank you to the Underdog Racing League for letting us, bring this to all the fans out there. And the next biggest thing is shout out to all the fans tuning in here tonight. Remember to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button so you can be let know when we are live. And so you can come back and enjoy some racing with us, because we got all types of racing here on Freaking Fast Broadcasting. We just want to thank everybody for tuning in, because without y'all, we wouldn't be able to do this.
That is correct. I second those words again. Thank you, Underdog Racing League, for letting Freaky Fast be a part of this season and the future of more seasons to come with these guys. Thank you, drivers, for putting on one well of a show. It was fun to watch. But with that being said, we're going to pack our stuff up here at Daytona International Speedway at the World Center of Racing. But until next time, have a safe week. We like to say, God bless everybody. We love you all. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.